just people arguing about consciousness and what they think. All right. Hello. How are you? Is anybody here? You better be here or else. Okay, there we go. Joshua, hello. How are you? How you doing? Spotted, hello. Okay. Now I see the usual suspects. 7 push-ups. Come on, man. Do I got it? You know what? I'll do the push-ups right now. Let's go. Good morning. Gosh, it's morning where you're at. I'll do the push-ups right now. Let's go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Since I did the push-ups, now it's time for me to break the bad news of that we will not be having a video game break tonight because I got some stuff to do after the stream. 1 arm push-ups? Nah, we didn't do that. We didn't agree to that. I've been here since exactly 11. Dude, it is 10 where I'm at. It's 10:10. Black Savant, hello. Is anyone else obsessed with the Katsi Gap ad? He said, oh, isn't those women that sing that one song? I forgot what song it was. I know what you're doing. I can't do push-ups. Spotted, you better do 10 push-ups right now. ZJ, what's up? Yo, H1, what's good? I haven't seen your stream in so long. It's been forever. Why haven't you streamed in so long? You know? Yeah, why do I take 24-hour breaks? Like, why don't I just stream all the time? It would make way more sense for me just to stream all the time. I get your point now. Honestly, I need to do better. I need to do better for y'all. Okay, so we got another Fabiano Caruana game. Huge fan today. I adopted a mangy dog from Street and named it after you. So you got a dog named H1? Is that what you're telling me? Like you found a dog and named it H1. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I can't. When I try to do push-ups, I fall down. Dude, put the knees on the ground. Do some push-ups. You don't got to do straight push-ups. You don't got to do like the straight, do a modification of a push-up. Do a modification of a push-up. And at least you're not naming dogs after H1, all right? Bro, I can only imagine you got your like poodle and you're like, get over here, H1. Come on, H1. It's like, bro, what the heck type of reality are you living? What the heck type of reality are you living? Is anything new? Do y'all got any questions before we start this lesson?
I am _P1CKLE_R1CK_ follow your
Dude,
channel.
Crash to me rich with the 22 months. That is crazy. That's how we do it. 22 months. I forgot to put my shoes on. But 22 months. That's how we do it.
Followed your channel.
Y'all know how important it is to have my shoes on. Y'all cannot see my shoes whatsoever, but it's fine. This dude, shout out to Crash Dummy Rich. Come here, H1. Fetch it, H1. Good boy, H1. It's like, bro. And the dog is not bigoted at all. It got a heist secondhand pod from me. What the? Bro, Milton! Bro, family friendly. Dang it. Jealous of TikTok getting to see H1's. Bro, Patrick Gamer, that's like the. Come on, bro. Honestly, that's like the weirdest thing you could have said out this whole year. You had a chance to be a normal person this whole year. I had twirly pasta today. What does that mean? Is pasta usually twirly? Like, isn't pasta just twirly? This dude Milton is on something else, and now whatever he said is going to be at the bottom of the screen of this stream forever. Because my stream has no filter sometimes. Like, no filter whatsoever. Anyway, are y'all ready to get to it? Are y'all ready to get to it? Because I think I am. Just gotta make sure everything is set up on my phone. Okay. Any more questions? Y'all trying to ask stuff and I can't hear jack. Yo, H1, would you rather have no arms, no legs, have blurry vision, no voice, be $5,000 in debt and be wanted by the FBI, or never play chess again? Dang, that's kind of hard. But yeah, I would just never play chess again like a normal human being. Like, dude, I'm not living life with no arms, no legs. That you had me at no arms and no legs. I'm not doing that. If I had the choice. That's why my heart goes out to those people that actually do that. It's impossible. Come on, guys. What did H1 do to you? And then plus, you could have stopped at no arms and no legs. Why do I have to have a blurry vision and no voice? Like, I'm not enjoying chess at that moment anymore. I'm not enjoying anything at that moment anymore. After that, and then why am I in debt? Where's my disability at? Like, how am I in debt? Like, if somebody gonna sue a person like that, then I guess it is what it is. Like, you're a ruthless human being. I've been playing more live chess games, won a game after a blunder because I stuck around instead of resigning. Let's go. Why blurry vision? I mean, can it be rectified by glasses? Yeah, like we gotta describe these things a tad bit more here. Just a tad bit more. Man, these comments are why I usually stay in the clouds over here. Y'all scaring Black Savant. He usually be the one commenting and being like, hey, hello, normal person, and y'all scaring him. All Things Kelly, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't know where's the sound? Where's the noties? Did the FBI sound even come up? I didn't hear it. We might have no notification this stream. I don't know why. Sometimes that happens though, and it's pretty annoying.
We'll get them next time.
There we go. We're back. Maybe. Okay. Cool. How many hours do you spend on TikTok a day? I don't actually spend, unless I'm uploading a video, I kind of don't use TikTok. For my short form content, like I said before, like I said yesterday, YouTube YouTube is kind of boring now on short form content, and the only place that I'm entertained by, sadly, is Instagram. All right, and I know what you're thinking. Like, this dude H1 is just toxic, and I'm like, it's the only original content that I have left. On TikTok, it's kind of weird. You never know what you're gonna get, and sometimes they be doing some. They don't be staying on subject. Like, they don't stay on what I like. The hierarchy for short form content is TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and YouTube. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube Shorts used to be good too. I don't know what happened these past couple years where it's just clips of memes and movies. And sometimes TikTok be doing that too, but at least I still get to see original creators on TikTok. But hate to say it, but Instagram Reels might be taking over the game. Instagram Reels. I know if I need a quick laugh, I just go on Instagram. You aren't toxic, you're old. Bro. You aren't toxic, you're old. Just old people are just toxic and they don't even know it. Instagram Reels be funny because the comments, yeah, that's what I mean. I know I can get a good laugh. Like, I know I can get on there right now and get a good laugh. How long have you been playing chess? I've been playing chess for about 18 years. But without further ado, let's get started with some chess knowledge, chess with some chess understanding. Unless y'all have any more questions. YouTube Shorts is great. You just need the right feed. I'm on the K-pop and anime side. Like, that sounds cool. I wish I can get on that side. I just get the memes and the movie clips. And you might be thinking, well, stop watching the memes and the movie clips. But I literally go the extra mile and say, I'm not interested in this. This isn't relevant to me. Send me something else. Stop sharing this channel. I go the extra mile. And it still sends me the same old crap. Remember, if you're going to make fun of H1, it has to be funny. Exactly. Rule number 1. If you're going to make fun of H1, it has to be funny. Number 1 rule. And that was funny. If it's not funny, then automatic ban. What's the lore of the sign? Stop playing chess like a zombie. I was reading that same book that I was telling y'all about yesterday, and they had a subject on. They was telling a story of a person that it's like a different reality where people can take a pill, and the pill is by a zombie corporation where you can just lose consciousness but still be human. Like, you can still have full conversations. You're not like a zombie like in the movies, but you just aren't conscious of the thing that's going on. So for example, like let's say like, most people don't like car rides. Let's say that there is a medicine where you can take and then just skip the whole car ride and then come back into consciousness. That's basically what this reality of this short story was. Would y'all take something like that? Would y'all take a pill where, for example, there's probably a couple of y'all that would just be okay with not being conscious during their job. There's probably a couple of y'all that would be like that. Imagine skipping 8 hours of your job because you're not conscious, but you still got the work done. It's not like you're getting fired. You're just not exactly there. There's an Adam Sandler movie about it. Yeah. I think it's an interesting concept. I don't know. It kind of makes me think of how important it is to enjoy the simple things in life. Because a society like that can get out of control. Yo, H1, this is John Anderson on my alt Twitch account. Hope you're doing well. A long time no see. Let's go! Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, John? I'm Pickle Rick. So instead of being John Anderson, you picked I'm Pickle Rick? Bro, when did you become a Twitch troll? Sounds like this dude melting. I swear YouTube Shorts thinks I'm an 8-year-old. Dude, that's exactly what I think. I feel like YouTube thinks that I'm an 8-year-old that's gonna be appeased by like bright colors and bad editing. Like, I don't know. YouTube Shorts hates you. I guess that's how I'm feeling. Just a tad bit. And I pay for premium too. I feel like I should get special treatment. Like I should get like a customer service on what type of content that I want. Y'all know how big a facility has to be for YouTube to give you specific customer service on what type of content that you like? Imagine! That would make so many more jobs, but YouTube would probably have to pay so much more money. What's up, Realm? How you doing? I miss your content, bro. Thank you. Hey, I'm still here. That's why, Paxer Gamer, Prehistoric, any one of you, can you put up the Patreon in the pinned comments? Can you put up the Patreon again? Heck yeah. Sign me up. Let's go. It's a Rick and Morty reference. Oh, I don't know too much about Rick and Morty. My bad. I watched some episodes of the show. It is funny. That's like the only thing I do enjoy about that's like the only thing I do enjoy in YouTube Shorts is because I get to watch an unlimited amount of Family Guy clips. Family Guy will forever be funny. Family Guy will forever be funny. All right. I just have to pin this on YouTube too. What's your account? So I can verse you. Oh, I'm not versing people today. This is a chess lesson where I'm just talking to y'all. Yes, no, free. Yeah, so it's a free Patreon. You can join it, be updated on everything that I'm doing, blogs, videos, whatnot, so that you can learn how to play chess. And even in the Patreon, you can message me personally and I can answer some questions that you might be curious about. Like, for example, in the Patreon, I can actually answer, if you need like specific help on what you need to approve on next, send me your chess.com account. And I can give you like a quick look in that Patreon, be like, okay, this is what you need to focus on. It seems like you suck at this opening, so we need to clarify exactly what you need to do at this part, etc. And then, I feel like I could be more personal with you. And it's free if you want to contribute. It's like $1 a month, but you don't have to. You're not limited or capped on the videos. And then I already have extra videos. I have a video up in there right now, the difference between tactics and strategy, and how strategy leads into tactics. And I explain that. In a calculation video too. Oh yeah, that was another thing too. That link should lead you, the link tree should lead you into the chess class curriculum. And so if you need help, or if you're at a certain point where you don't know what to learn next, get that chess class curriculum. You don't gotta do a one-on-one lesson with me, all right? But if you want to, hey, I'm your guy. But just get that chess class curriculum in that link tree and yeah, just study everything on that curriculum. Just look it all up on ChatGPT, videos on it, whatever. Do whatever you want with it. It's for everybody. What does prophylaxis mean, H1? Predicting what the opponent's going to do and stopping the plan. That's what prophylaxis is. That's what prophylaxis is. Why does Patzer keep beating me? He's just faster. Yeah, H1, what made you take a break? We all missed it. I did not take a break. I've always been here. Just people don't know that I've always been here. It's one of the weirdest things ever. Is this where we pin the free Patreon? Yeah, Pastor Gamer already got it. Why do you do this for free? Oh, we're just trying to build a community here, Spotted. That's all that we're trying to do here. Trying to build a community. I got plans that I want to do, and it's build a community and help out the chess world. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing the content in the first place. He took a 23-hour break. What is the counterplay exactly? The counterplay. Is that in the chess class curriculum? What exactly are you talking about? Because that sounds like the same thing as prophylaxis. I'm here for the love of the game. Honestly, I'm here for the love of the game. I'm here, literally. You know what? I'm going to just start saying that. I'm literally just here for the love of the game. All right? So whenever somebody have to ask, what's your motive here? It's that. We actually need to write that down. But no, we're gonna keep this up because I like having that up. And most players do play like zombies. Y'all, we need to change that. I've had too many students where they say, "Oh, let me do these 3 moves right quick," and then I have checkmate, and it's like that's not exactly how the game works. It's not exactly how the game works. Dude, every chess creator is the GOAT, man. Because you could be doing anything else but chess. But you decide to become a chess content creator. It's definitely not for the weak, I will say. But let's get this started. Alright. I gotta get TikTok up. Give me 1 second. TikTok is gonna be on the phone. Do I look fat in this? I used to watch Ginger GM all the time. The only thing I disagree with him about is the H-pawn being Harry. It's Hector now. That's the only thing I disagree with. It's like the most petty reason to disagree with him with, but hey, it is what it is. Did H1 just say Woody is weak? Nah, he did a whole lot of... He already did his part in the chess world. He made a whole new opening. And people play it now. Can you play against me and identify my mistakes? Not right now. I am going to be doing a chess lesson right now. But you never know. Maybe in the Patreon. Join that. I do want to do like a separate... If we reach 100 members, we could do like a separate Patreon stream. And then we could do whatever y'all want. It's time to learn about Fabiano Caruana. If H1 thinks he looks fat, we're all doomed. Hello. How are you doing today? This is H1. We're going to be running it back with another episode talking about chess knowledge, chess wisdom, and chess understanding again. And today, we will be talking about Fabiano Caruana again. Now, Fabiano Caruana was going against this guy named Ruslan. Ruslan is such a cool name. You know what I mean? Just Ruslan, just the 2-syllable names. Taylor Swift. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, Fabiano Caruana is a popular grandmaster who might become our next world champion. We just never know. He already does a cool podcast, and he's a very strong player. And he has a chance. And I'm going to show you why. In this game, we are going to be the white pieces. What do you think White played here first? What would you say? Yes, sir. I try to be. D4. Yeah, this is Fabiano Caruana, so there could be a D4. Oh, why did he bring up Taylor Swift? I was bringing up syllables. E4. Yes, Fabiano Caruana played this move E4. And then after E4, E5, what was played next here by Fabiano Caruana? What would you say? We're the white pieces. We need to figure this whole line out. Which line would you play? After E5, there's a lot of moves that white can play here. There's a lot of people that would do knight to C3. That goes into the Vienna gambit. There's a lot of people that will go into the bishop variation. There's a lot of people that would play knight to F3, which is the most popular move. But what did Fabiano Caruana play? K. Wait, the knight can't go to B3. What do you mean? And while we're saying K, Patzer Gamer, that makes no sense. Queen H5, these are grandmasters. They're not trying to scholars mate one another. We're trying to win. So there's no move like Queen H5 that is ever going to be happening on a 2700 board. Now, after E5, not F4, he played this regular move. Jujin, I don't know how to say her name. You got to pick an easier name next time. But yes, you are correct. Knight to F3. Just getting this knight out and attacking this pawn on E5. And who is that? Mohammed and Spotted. You are correct. That was a knight to king bishop. Dude, I don't know. I don't get that. Only algebraic notation. Alright? I don't respond to that at all. Knight to F3. What's up, Tyler? How you doing? Alex, thank you for the follow. And during this lesson, make sure to ask me as many questions as possible, and I will give you an answer if it's about this game or if it's about how to improve in chess. I can give you that answer. After knight to F3, Black played knight to F6. Playing what opening? What opening is this? What is this called? Are we going to get an Italian? I don't know. We got this move knight to F6 already. Doesn't look like no Italian. But, S'mores, you are correct. This is the Petrov defense. And Z's, you're correct too. This is called the Petrov defense. Every move has a name. Alright? Even if you start off the game with A4, it has a name. Knight to F6. Knight takes on E5. Main line. And then we have D6, attacking this knight on E5. Now, this knight can go to a lot of places, right? We got a few different places. This knight can go to C4. D3 looks ugly, but it can go there, maybe, I don't know. Where does this knight go here in this position? What do y'all think? If you guess the right move, you'll get a shout out by me. H1, the one that's trying to teach you, that's trying to help you improve in this game, this weird game that we all love to play, which is chess. Back to F3, S'mores, you're correct. C4, not C4 exactly, but Marius, is that Marius? Yeah, Marius is correct. Knight back to F3. Because after knight to F3, knight takes on E4. This was Black's main idea. Still in prep, still in theory. And then what? There's a lot of moves that can be played here. What is the Fabiano Caruana move? And we're trying to figure out what they're playing next. Can you teach the Vienna Gambit? Can't teach it right now, but the Vienna Gambit is a very strategic opening. I feel like it's a very beginner-friendly opening too. Just by the students that I have listened that had good results even against stronger players, you can play the Vienna pretty accurately. Elliot, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Queen E2. Queen E2 is interesting because you are technically pinning the knight to the king on E8. But usually those in draws because after queen to e2, then black is going to play queen to e7. And then you might be drawn to position because you could do like d3, knight moves, queen trades, and if there's a grandmaster game and then they immediately trade into a end game with a queen trade, that's not good for the viewers. So Fabiano wanted to fight. And he played what next move? d3? Not d3. Not d3. He played what? And we're trying to figure out the best moves for white here. Not d3. S'mores is correct. We got this next move here. Knight to c3. Attacking this knight on e4. Putting a question on this opponent. Now, after this move, knight takes on c3. Still book. And then what do we capture with? The b pawn or the d pawn? Which one is more advantageous? When you're thinking about which pawn to capture with, you got to think about the advantages of each capture. If you're going to capture with the b pawn, okay, you can have more control in the center, and maybe you can put the bishop out to either b2 or a3. But if we capture with the d pawn, that has other type of advantages. Janet Graham, thank you, appreciate it. Yes, you capture with the d pawn. Capture with the d pawn. All right, you can capture with the b pawn, but it just seems a little bit better because you can develop this dark square bishop in the center. And this gives you the privilege of deciding if you want to castle queenside or kingside. Which, in this instance, black played next, bishop to e7, because they want to get the king to safety and block this file as soon as possible. What do we play next? What are we doing here? It's your move! I'm so childish, bro. B is immediate, D is a long game. Yes, sir. B, taking with the b pawn too does break up the pawn structure a little bit more than taking with the d pawn, I would say, because taking with the d pawn, you have less pawn islands than taking with the b pawn. So you would have to hope for maybe some activity on the b file with the rook and other things. It's way better with the d pawn. Both are playable. Both are playable. White's open center makes me nervous. Yeah, it kind of does, but when you think about these powerful bishops, though, that are ready to pounce, you just got to put these pieces on the right squares. What are the right squares exactly? Bishop g5? No, not there. Knight c4, bishop e2. Bishop e2 is a coward's move. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not bishop e2. That is a developing move. It seems a little bit passive to do bishop e2. Because you really want the bishop on like d3 or c, at least c4 attacking this f7 pawn. You kind of don't want the bishop on e2. Unless there's a reason. Unless there's like a bishop going to g4 and you gotta disrupt the pin along this diagonal. Any questions? Any more hints? Has Unky been seen? Bro! Bachelor Gamer, stay focused, alright? Stay focused. B takes on c4. I'm gonna give y'all the move in like 15 more seconds. But he did decide to close the e file just like the opponent. He did decide to move the dark square bishop. He actually didn't develop the bishop on f1 first. Weirdly enough. And not to move h3 either. Even though h3 is practical, right? But remember, there's a principle. If the center is open, if you're in an open position, you want to develop pieces as fast as possible. There's no way to go around that. And so that's why Fabiano did the move bishop to e3. Now, after bishop to e3, still in theory, knight to c6. What was played next? Why did we do this move bishop to e3? Fabiano wanted to fight. He's just trying to figure out how to do so. So how does a grandmaster fight in a position like this? And what is the best move for white here? What do you think? Bishop to E. Castle. There's no such thing as castling right here. That would be a illegal move if you tried to castle. Bishop C5. Remember, N is for the knight, K is for king. So if you say like K D4, then I'm thinking that you're meaning like King D4. You're confusing me. All right. It's like saying años without the accent. It's like años means years, but without the accent, it means something else completely different. If y'all want to look that up, be my guest. Thanks, I'm learning from this. You're welcome, Union. If y'all need any help or any questions, just let me know. Any questions I can answer right off the bat, I will. I keep the safe. What? Just Jong? Black Flora, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Queen D6. J Alien! Queen to D2. Yes, sir. There's not a move that shows the opponent wants to fight by you doing this move, Queen to D2, and threatening the queenside castle when the opponent kingside castle. Because if both sides castle on opposites, then that means we're starting a war in chess. That's what we're declaring. That's what we're clarifying here in the position. So queen to D2, and black is being a little bit cheeky too, because they did this move bishop to E6. So they're saying, oh, if you're gonna castle queenside, I probably can castle queenside too. So they're probably running away from the problem. Some people don't want to play the game that of like each side attacking each other. Some people just want to come to the chessboard and play a normal game. And this is one way to do it. Castle the same side. Don't play the game of your opponent. But what did Fabiano Caruana do? We're on the white side. Castle king to queen side. Castle king to queen side. You are correct. Abraham, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Marius, see you later. Knight to G5. Not there. We don't want to trade pieces willy-nilly. But Fabiano Caruana, he did castle queen side. And then after this, we have this move queen to D7. All theory. Do anybody know the secret move that you always do when you castle queenside? Usually this is forced, but if you don't know about it, then you won't do it. But this is a key thing that you're supposed to do if you castle queenside. I think you meant king b1. ZJ, you're correct. When you're done, hey, can you do the Martian Gambit or the Alien Gambit for the almighty Karo Khan Destroyer Woody Alien? I always will support the Alien Gambit as the biggest refutation to the Karo Khan. Shout out to Woody Alien for contributing to the chess world. But yes, to everybody that got it right, you play this move king to b1. King to b1. Why do you do this? Well, when you queenside castle, this pawn is not protected on the A file. And so grandmasters are used to playing this move king to b1 to not only protect this pawn, but to get off of like potential checks along this diagonal. That could happen when the pieces are traded. So after king to b1, bishop to f6, still in theory. What is played next? What do you think? OG, thank you for the follow. And everybody that got the move king to b1 correct, good job. You're playing like a grandmaster. Let's keep on going. We got some moves to go. We're only on the 10th move. The game hasn't even really started yet. They're still playing off of memory. I'm pretty sure they blitzed all these moves out because they study openings 24/7. They study 8 hours a day. This is what they do with their coach, with their
Alan
second.
JCL followed your channel.
Thank you for the follow. Alan, I appreciate it. And thank you for everybody that's following on TikTok too. Make sure that you like in the stream so that we can get this to everybody else that wants to enjoy and love the game of chess. I'm bored of my opening. At the same time, I don't think I would learn enough book moves. Yeah, you got to do the research. You got to do the... If you're bored, play a different opening. So one of the things that Magnus Carlsen did was explore different openings. Explore pushing every single pawn. Because you don't have to push e4 in the beginning. You don't have to push d4 even. There's an opening that you can start with knight to a3. It's called the sodium attack. Now, when you face off against stronger opponents, is it going to survive as a strong opening when you're facing somebody that is like a title player? Probably not, but you got to keep the game fun. What is this next move here for the white pieces? Thank you for the subscription, Alan. This dude came to Twitch and subscribed immediately. Thank you. So we got this move h3. Nobody was guessing this move, so we got to move on, guys. We got to move on. I can't just let y'all guess every single move. But the purpose of h3 is plain and simple. White wants to do g4 if this king castles kingside. Because one of the main ways to attack a castled king, especially castled on opposite sides of the board, is by doing a pawn storm.
Lex Quinha followed your channel.
There's only two ways to attack a castled king. Is by doing a pawn storm or sacking with your pieces, doing a piece attack. So pawn storm or piece attack if you're trying to attack a castled king. And my purple streaming platform is H1 Chess if you want to see this stream horizontally. But you can just stay where you're at. It's fine. H6. After H6, what does Fabiano Caruana do next? Lump, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Dude, I haven't seen your live for like 4 years. Dang it! It has been a while.
Vic 8762 followed your channel.
But I have been streaming though. You just haven't been seeing it. I've been mostly on like Twitch and those platforms, I guess. Bishop b5, not bishop b5, bishop d5, g4. A lot of people just want to go at the opponent with this move g4. I get it. It makes a lot of it does make a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. But Fabiano, he did something quite weird. But he did this move b3. And now we're out of prep, hopefully. We're out of theory. We got this move b3. Fabiano Caruana is covering all these important squares, but he did make this a target. And what do I mean by that? Well, usually you don't want to push pawns up in front of your king because he made these weaknesses. And now this b3 pawn is a target for moves like a5, a4. So maybe he was tempting his opponent to do something. Black did this move a6. He's being patient too. Everybody's playing they're playing the patient game. Nobody really does this anymore, but hey, I digress. How does Fabiano Caruana make something happen here? Notice French defense, English Queen's Gambit accepted and declined. Maybe another one. How similar? I just recently got into chess, but recently I mean like 24 hours ago. I'm not very good, but I'm learning. It doesn't matter if you're very good or not, as long as you know something more than the person that you was yesterday. That's all that matters. Don't base off your chess education on your rating. Don't do that. That's like the worst way how to play on like chess.com or these other platforms. You shouldn't base your improvement off of your rating. You should base your improvement off of if you know what interference is, if you know what windmills are, if you know what the rule of the square is. That's what you should base your improvement off of, especially if you know what triangulation is. C4, C4. A lot of people saying C4. It's not C4 who Fabi playing against. He's playing against Ruslan. A realm, you are correct. And what is it? Okay, you are correct. G4. Now, something has to happen. And his opponent hurried up and castled queenside because he didn't want any of that mess on the king side. The middle game has officially started. It probably started before, but now both sides castled. We got all these pieces developed, the bishops, the knights, etc. What happens next? You're the white pieces. Now it's y'all turn. We did g4 to potentially do g5 if they castled over here. But what's another reason why we would do this move g4? I think there's like somebody with like a fruit as their username. I've heard of triangulation and rules of the square, but not in chess. What the heck? A bishop g2. Tyson. See you later. Bishop g2. Bishop g2. g5, like locking up the position. And now, how do we progress with this game? Most people are always like questioning what they should be doing in the middle game. They don't have an exact plan of what to do next. But I feel like what's a good question to ask yourself always is, what piece is garbage? What piece isn't doing a really good job? And then how can we make that piece better? Cal, you're correct. Magnus doesn't know what the rule of the square is. What do you mean? Wait, y'all just commenting random stuff. Knight to d4 is the move that happened. And then after knight takes on d4, we have a few captures that we can do. How can we keep the game alive though? And y'all better not be thinking about queen takes on d4 either, because you know, if you want to get your queen snatch and ruin this game for this grandmaster, be my guest, but that's not what we're going to be doing on this stream. So how can we get keep the game alive after knight takes on d4? What is the best move for white? Queen e2. Let's go. Oh, no. Y'all better not be playing no queen e2. Gavin, you're correct, and everybody else that got this. C takes on d4. This is a win for us. We undoubled our pawns. We don't got two pawns on the C file. Now we gotta focus on whose bishops are better. We got a game. We got two bishops versus two bishops. And we got an open diagonal. So I guess you could argue that white's position is a tiny bit better since we have this open diagonal than our opponent than black's position, which their diagonal isn't so open. We have this pawn on d4 shutting down this bishop on f6, and then this bishop on e6 really doesn't have a goal. So that's when we have to put our strategy hat on and try to beat our opponent strategically. Now, no, it's true. Magnus said himself he was being taught the rule of the square but didn't understand. Oh yeah, I think I did see that, right? Black played d5 next. I think I did see that, and he used to count the moves always in his games. I think I did see that. We don't have. Bats gamer, chill. What is the best move for white? Griff, thank you for the follow. Tomoko, thank you for the follow. Queen a5, c3, c4. These moves do make sort of sense, right? Because c3 solidify the center. c4 is a little bit outrageous, I would say, because you know, they could just take this pawn on c4 twice. And we need to treasure all of our pieces on the board, even the pawns. So let's not do that. How can we disrupt black's position? What can we threaten next? We gotta open it up. Our bishops love open diagonals. Eduardo, you're correct. We have here f4. f4. And now we're putting the ultimate pressure on this g5 pawn. We're doing a forcing move that the opponent has to respond to. which they did. They took the pawn. G takes on f4. Bishop takes on f4. And then we have what next by the opponent, h5. They're trying to break up our pawn structure on the king side. How do we combat that? What do we do? Because we should have thought of this position before we played the move f4. Because this is cool. Like our bishop, where's my stick at? Our bishop is along this diagonal, hitting this pawn on c7. Cool, on a better diagonal. But now their bishops are coming alive too along this diagonal. This could be troublesome. B Ratch. Is that really your name? And then everybody commenting the right move. Who was that? Ulysses, Eduardo, Kale, Quinn, Isaac. Actually, I don't know. Angel. We're just gonna still give it to Isaac because he's cool for commenting. Alex. Everybody. You got it. Got it correct. Bishop takes on d5. Not that, but we got this move, g5. We're not forced to take the pieces just because they have tension, all right? We need to think about every single possibility, even keeping the pawn right there and just defending it more. But g5 hits the bishop on f6. So now the opponent has to respond to this. How do they do that? Well, they do bishop to g7. And then what do we do next? We're the white pieces. We gotta utilize the pieces that we are not using. Grandmasters are really good at thinking this. This question is actually the most important question you will ever ask yourself is, what piece could be better? What piece is trash? How can I move it to a better spot? Good players ask themselves this all the dang time throughout the match. Even, it's like muscle memory at this point. Queen c3, rook h3. Rook h3. Who said that in the chat? Who said that? Immediately, all right? Now, we need to rag on this guy who said rook to h3. Who said this? What sense does this make? We're playing a game of chess. This isn't checkers. Let's get to it. Anyway, not h4. That doesn't really do anything for us. We need to activate the pieces. Activate the pieces. There's nothing wrong with this h-pawn being right here at this moment. We might eventually do h4 because we do need to utilize this work on h1. So I'm actually glad that somebody said this too, because all right, now we know we cannot move this rook to any one of these files because bishop takes on h3, we lost the pawn. That's why Fabiano Caruana decided to do this move, rook to e1. I've seen a lot of people commenting rook to e1. But which rook is going to the e1 square? That's the big thing. Which rook is going to the e1 square? Algebraic notation. We gotta get this accurate. The left rook. Yes. And how you write that is rook d to e1. Rook d to e1. Rook d to e1, h4. Ah, snap. They did h4 before us. Now what? What do we do? We got this unusual move, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Chess Sharks, thank you for the 83 viewers raid. I appreciate it, my friends. And just to let you know, they have a podcast out, which is really good. So make sure you go listen to that podcast. Chess Sharks talked about if Hikaru Nakamura, getting the #1 rated spot, or just trying to go to candidates,
Neutrino
is
710
morally
follow
or
your
ethically
channel.
good for the chess community. That's not something I'll argue about. You know, I'm cool. I don't have any specific stance on that. But hey, that's what they talked about. Are you still swole? I don't know about that. We got this unusual raid. Is that the FF8 of post-battle music? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bishop to e5. Oh, Luan, you are correct. Bishop to e5. bishop to e5. Not the best move of the position, but hey, we're combating this bishop on g7. And so what did black decide to do? They actually kept the tension. They kept the tension and activated another piece. This is how grandmasters utilize their pieces. This is how grandmasters activates their pieces. So after rook d to g8, what happens next? Do we just take the bishop on g7 in a hurry? Do we just change the position dramatically like that? Well, let's figure out the best moves for the white pieces. This is a game, Fabiano Caruana against Ruslan. Thank you for the compliments on the podcast. Yes, sir. The Pawncast. Okay. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Hikaru could low-key farm his way to number one spot. He really could. I really do think he could. He should just do it. So that, he should just do it. Just for the fun of it. C4, Queen A5, Queen... Oh, snaps! Somebody said it. Michael and James, you are correct. Queen to F4. Keeping the pressure up. Not giving the opponent too much activity in the position. Because we could argue that we have more space. We have the F file. Black's pieces are kind of looking cramped, but still, this is equal. This is still equal. Yesterday, I was commenting on, would you rather be on the attacking side or on the defensive side? And I would say I would be more inclined to take white's position here. It just seems a little bit more active. After this move, queen to f4, queen to d8, I don't know about these moves, man. Just seem really passive. I would not want to play black side here. But what happens next? What do? How can we think of a piece that is doing nothing and make it do something? What is a piece in white's camp that could be better? The Pawncast, Shuncast. I'm suggesting moves like a zombie. You better not be suggesting moves like a zombie. All right. C4, H1. What is F1? Why is people saying F1 square? I don't know what. So there's a whole bunch of pieces that can go to the F1 square. The queen, rook, bishop. You got to clarify what is going to the F1 square. You got to clarify. And if we're going to put a piece on a better square, there has to be a purpose behind putting the piece on the good square. That's how strategy works. Strategic play leads to tactics. C4, bishop B7, C4, bishop F6, rook H1 to F1, rook H to F1. Well, if you're going to do rook H to F1, you have to think about what's the purpose of doing that. And I don't see exactly a purpose of putting the rook on the F file if we're not going to capture the F7 pawn or do something along the F file. We got to break through the F file. One way, somehow, it's going to happen, but we need to figure out the maneuver order of when it's going to happen. Rook to E3. Rook to E3 is a little bit crazy. You're trying to do rook to E3, rook C3. I get the idea. That is threatening something. But then they would shut everything down with like C6. And I guess you could do like a little pawn storm on the queen side. Okay. We got a little Mikhail Tall in the chat. I get y'all. Well, Fabiano Caruana, and if you got this move and I didn't see it, just congratulate yourself on the back. But he did this move, bishop to F1. Bishop to F1. Very natural human move. Because the bishop was hitting this diagonal, it was hitting this pawn on d5, and now we're hitting this pawn on a6, and we might be able to do moves like bishop d3 and push the pawn up, or bishop d3, bishop f5. All these ideas is coming into motion with this move, bishop to f1. After here, they did king to b8 pretty late, and then what do we do next with the white pieces? What do we do? Yes, just for y'all to know, this bishop was not doing anything. It didn't have a job, and now it does have a job, but we still need to figure out the best spot to put it. Developing a piece is smart. When I don't find a good move, I'm probably going to blunder. I look to develop a useless piece into the game. Yeah, so that's a common mistake that can happen, but we need to develop a piece on a certain square for a purpose. That's what we need to do. What is the best move for white? Prod, you are correct. Bishop to d3 was the move that Fabiano Caruana did. Bishop d3, bishop to c8, and then we have this move king to b2. I'm not going to let y'all guess that. King b2, bishop takes on e5 immediately because black is feeling a little bit cramped. And then which piece do you want to take this bishop with? We got 3 different pieces. It's up to y'all to decide. We can take with the pawn. We can take with the queen, or we can take with the rook. What gives us more of an edge in the position? What gives us more of an edge in the position? Millie, okay, I see y'all. And make sure that you like, if you're enjoying this content, make sure that you like the stream. Share and follow. We're going to be doing this Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Central Time. Queen, because queen's the pin. Well, here's the thing. The queen and the pin, if you do queen takes on e5, okay. That's fine still. But yeah, the purpose isn't to keep this pawn pin. Fabiano Caruana did rook takes on e5. And now you can see like the power on the E and F file. It's very tremendous. And weirdly enough, the computer still thinks that this is it's still balanced. Like white is only up 0.4 percent right now. And so I don't know. I don't get it. Not everybody is a computer. We are human. And I would rather the white pieces. There's no way I could defend this very easily. Unless the opponent makes a mistake. Now, black does this move, rook to g7. Probably just a waiting move and making sure that this pawn is protected on f7. We still have to win this with the white pieces. We still got to cause problems for the opponent. How can we do that? Just do Pastor Gamer. It's 10 o'clock Central Time. 10 o'clock Central Time. Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate it, Six Figure. Eco, thank you for the follow. I see you. F6, C4. A lot of people want to do C4. All right, C4 might be a little bit too much. C4 might be a little bit too much. Bishop F5, connect rooks. All that makes a lot of sense. If we do rook H to E1, remember, we would be technically giving away a pawn. Then we have to make sure that we're getting some type of advantage back after giving away that H3 pawn. So I don't know about that. Queen F6. Dang. That's a lot of roses. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's a queen. Can't check it. Yeah, I mistake the queen for a rook. I just want to thank you. You got me back into chess. Love the content. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you, Palmer Smith. I appreciate it. So, Fabiano Caruana did this move A4. A4 here. Very strong grandmaster move. Just making sure everything is locked up. There's no counterplay on the queen side, okay? So after this move, A4, A5, make sure this pawn doesn't go up even more. And Fabiano is definitely taking advantage of one of the things that I like to call space, and that everybody else should like to call. Having a space advantage can win you games. Having a space advantage can win you games. It's just how you utilize that space advantage. A4, A5, King A2, and y'all need to think about what's going on. King A7. What's the next move? It's y'all turn. Y'all the Grandmaster. You're Fabiano Caruana. How can we create more threats? It's not so easy. Because like I said before, everything is solid. It's just way more enjoyable to play with the white pieces. Because we're the ones pressing forward, trying to make weaknesses in our opponent's camp. How can we do that? I just double played black? Did I? I don't think so. I did king to a2, king to a7. King to a2, king to a7. I did not double play black. Oh, Joshua Garrison, you're correct. Joshua Garrison. Queen f7, not queen f7 because the rook takes on f7. Queen d2, attacking this pawn on a5. Just looking for little nooks and crannies to attack in black's position. This is what you're supposed to do if you can't find something very concrete. So queen d2, king goes to b8, and then what happens next? What is played? What do y'all think? Because now there's like a psychological thing that is happening in this position. Queen a5 by manual. A lot of people want to take the pawn. Okay, so this is the main idea. This is the main thing that we didn't think about. Queen d2, black was like, okay, I'm going to go king b8, and we gotta think that our opponent is intelligent and that they did a move for a purpose. We gotta double check. So if we do queen takes on a5, what would black's next move be? Why did black give away this pawn? Or is it giving it away? The b4. A lot of people saying b4. Why didn't black just play b6? Because black is trying to get some activity with his pieces. But this is in a sneaky way. This is in somewhat of a sneaky way. So if Fabiano Caruana plays this move, queen takes on a5. Black has this move, rook takes on g5. And so this was a sneaky way for black to activate his pieces and at the same time trade a set of pawns. And now black can argue, okay, we got an equalized position here. But Fabiano Caruana did not take this pawn on a5, and he repeated this move, queen to f4. Queen to f4, king to a7, and now he pretty much said to his opponent, okay, try again. Figure out something else. So the move queen d2 was played, and Fabiano Caruana didn't like that. And that goes to my next principle. You in chess are allowed to take a move back. It's okay, it's fine if you don't like the outcome of that variation. If you don't want your opponent to get a whole bunch of activity, just put the piece back. There's nothing harmful about that. But now we got to figure out how to improve next, in which Kiga, you are correct, with rook h to e1. Rook h to e1. Fabiano Caruana figured out another idea. He wanted to utilize his pieces in the correct way. And so after bishop takes on h3, what's the clear idea? What are we doing here? Why did Fabiano Caruana just give away a pawn on h3? Thank you for sharing the live, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing the live. It's all in a sequence. I don't know why people think they should do takebacks. So true. Yeah, it's actually a really important principle to keep in mind. If you don't like something, you can take a move back. You can just put the piece back to where it was. If it doesn't change the position, if they don't have like a tactic to take advantage of you putting the piece back, you can always just reset. Rook to e7. Yeah, Sendo, you're correct. So now he tempted black to take the pawn, to put the rook back to h1 to attack the bishop. And Fabiano Caruana was like, okay, this seems like a natural way on how to go forward here. Now, after rook to h1, bishop to c8, and now what? Now what? What do we do here in this position? Kick the bishop with the queen, partial, h4, rook takes on e4. Rook takes on e4. There's nothing to take. Y'all just be typing random stuff. Pork chop, you are correct. I was thinking about casual games. Oh, you meant it that way. Oh, yeah, I meant it that way, not just like regular takebacks. I didn't mean like regular. Takebacks are not allowed in chess tournaments. But sometimes you got to psychologically put a piece back, just to test the opponent and see what they want to do. But after this move, rook takes on h4. Rook takes on h4. Queen takes on h4. This is a little bit more desirable than allowing them to get this move like rook takes on g5 and for them to get their rooks activated on the g file and the h file and whatnot. Because at least in this position, their rook has little to no mobility here. So after queen takes on h4, let me see. We have this move b6. And then what? We're Fabiano Caruana. And guess what? This game ends in the next 7 moves. This game ends in the next 7 moves. This is like an open but closed game with forced moves. Yeah, pretty much. And this is a masterpiece because Caruana was controlling the position as much as possible, giving the opponent little to no counterplay, and utilizing all of his pieces at the exact same time. How can we keep on putting our pieces on aggressive squares? What can we do here? How can we threaten another thing? Tiki, you are correct with this move queen to h6, attacking this rook. Rook moves back to g8. Now what? Now we did this move queen to h6 to attack the rook, but there's a second reason why we did this move queen to h6. Why did we do that? Never mind. Nobody is dumb in chat. That's why I need all of you to comment the best move or try your best. That you being dumb is not an excuse for you not to learn how to play chess or get better, right? Y'all are all intelligent human beings that can figure this out. Yuri, you're correct. Queen to c6. Queen to c6. Bishop to e6. And then now what? After this move, bishop to e6, it's not looking good for black. Not at all. It was already hard to win this to begin with. Now bishop to e6 is causing a tactic to happen. Removal of the defender. That's the last hint that I will give you. Removal of the defender. Foxy King, not exactly, even though I like your idea. Yuri is correct. Baseline. Onjay, I think that's his name. You're correct too. Yes. G6 throws the whole position in the gutter. Because whatever happens, something is getting lost. If f takes on g6, this bishop is going to not be protected by anything. If rook takes on g6, bishop takes on g6, and even after f takes on g6, we still get their bishop on e6 and be up a rook. Now they're in trouble. They're so in trouble that black had to do this move, a rook to g7. What happens here? This game ends in the next 4 moves. Fly like a g6. It's funny how one pawn can disrupt the whole camp. It's funny how one pawn can do that. You have any other hobbies, man? Of course I do. I play video games. I play every Final Fantasy game. I play with my kids. You know what I mean? Like, we read books. We go to the library. I do a whole bunch of activities other than chess. I just love teaching chess, though. Who said it? Yep. A lot of you actually said it. Tina Pei, Dominguez, you're all correct. Rex, G takes on F7, taking away this protection from the bishop. Bishop has to take. But now we got to find two brilliant moves to seal Black's fate. And these moves are kind of hard. So I'm going to give y'all some time to think about this. All right? Make sure that you like the stream, because these next two moves is going to take a lot out of you. Let me sit down for a little bit. These next two moves are going to take a lot out of you. Rook to E8? Wow, that is crazy. Patzer Gamer? Bro, did you already see? How do you... What the heck? I'm a little late to the lesson. Yes, you are. Bro, how did you see this? I was not expecting this from you. Rook to E7. And this is a mind-blowing move, because most people might think, okay, what the heck is going on? White has a clear goal here. Let's just think about if the queen wasn't there. White has a clear goal here of just taking queen takes on C7 and getting checkmated too. But there's a queen right here on D8. And so if queen takes on E7, which obviously did happen in the game, what's the main move that you had to find to finish this off? Yes, he sacrificed the rook. Yes, he did. Pat the Gamer. The Ant. Yes. He did this magnificent last move in MH. You are correct. Deluser. Bishop to A6. Two brilliant moves in a row that finishes off the game, and the opponent actually allowed him to get the checkmate off. Now, if Black does nothing, White has queen to B7, checkmating the king because the bishop would be protecting the queen. And so Black's only option is to at least take the bishop on A6. And then after king takes on A6, what does White do to end the game? What is the last move? Anthony, you're correct. I need to see everybody's comments in the chat to name the last move that Fabiano Caruana made to checkmate the opponent. C4, let's go! Let's get it! Woohoo! Now I'm just playing. You better not do C4. That you know what's funny about C4 is that you're checkmating yourself in two. But no, you would have to find this move, queen to A8, in order for you to do a move like bishop to A6. And this is checkmate because the queen is attacking the king on A6. And queens move diagonally. And the king can't move to B5. This pawn on A4 is attacking the square. And so this is checkmate. Magnificent game by Fabiano Caruana. What was the name of this opening? This opening was the Petrov defense. Classical Nimzovich attack. Both sides castled queen side. Jerome in the house, thank you for the follow. Thank you for everybody for following and staying this long for this game. Fabiano Caruana. And I do want to... Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's trying to share live. But yeah. This was the only game that I was going to go over today, but I did want to say that if you want more chess content like this, you want longer videos, you want personal advice in your chess career or in your chess journey trying to improve, go to my profile and go to that link tree. And I have a free Patreon that you can join. A free Patreon that you could join to be with a community and to be updated on all the knowledge that I have with my blogs, my YouTube videos and whatnot. And then plus two, in that same Linktree Patreon in my profile, you can download the chess class curriculum. Because I know most people just are confused on what they should be learning next. And so I just made a whole curriculum of the things that you should know from ELO 0 to 2000. Like, it goes all the way from how the pawn moves to triangulation, or how to set up your own database. Like, it shows you exactly what you need to learn in what category. You can use that as like a cheat sheet on what you need to know to become a better player too. So I would go check that out. Yes, it's free. Free. The Patreon is free. The chess class curriculum is free. All right. So it should be pinned on Twitch, on YouTube, and if you're on TikTok, go to my profile, check that out. Yeah, you can have it. It's fine. Thank you, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, does anybody have any other questions, concerns? What do y'all got for me? Anything specific on how to practice in chess? What to do before a tournament? What questions do y'all got? Best Chess Live channel on TikTok. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for all the likes too. Thanks for taking your time to help us develop chess. Yes, sir. What year did this game happen? It happened in India, and I forgot if it was 1,000, year 1,000 or 900. I forgot which year it was. Oh my goodness, bro, my knees popped like 16,000 times. Oh my gosh. How do I not hurt myself doing all these tactics to prepare myself for the tournament next week? Drink some water, dude. I would just do like, you can make it fun for yourself, right? Watch a lot of people watch Netflix shows. A lot of people watch TV. If you want to make training fun, watch a Netflix episode, which is an hour. So you get an hour break, and then just do 10 chess puzzles. You don't gotta just set a timer and then just do like a whole lot of chess puzzles in that time frame. Make it adjustable to how you want to study. All right? You don't got to do the average way of what a coach wants you to do. The good thing about doing stuff on your own is that you can go at your time frame and you can do the study whenever you want to do. You can do it late at night or when you get up in the morning. Whatever time, place, it doesn't matter. What opening do you like? I like anything that is a classical opening. So anything that is e4, e5 or d4, d5. And that would be my beginner suggestion too, because it's easier to learn classical openings than hypermodern openings. Now I know some people will fight me over that, but it's just true. And I could make a whole podcast episode about it. I just believe it to be true. I have so many students that struggle, and they love the King's Indian defense, but they struggle with the moves. And you do have to practice it for it to be natural. But every video that you watch of like Bakel Tal, these old classics, they're doing e4, e5, d4, d5 openings. How do you recommend preparing for a first tournament? I feel like I may get a notation with... yeah, you do have to start practicing that. I feel like I might get notation wrong with pieces that can hit the same square. Yeah, you do have to practice doing that. And so, for instance, instead of... I know this is kind of... you're going to have to train yourself. You're going to have to figure out how to study that. So you can go to a chess club and start notating at the chess club with experienced chess players that can help you out with the notation. Or you can do it by yourself, alone. You can get a chess up board like so. You know what I mean? You can get a chess up board and notate. Or you can play online on chess.com or any other platform and notate on a piece of paper. All right? Learn how to do it. Now, you would have to play like a 30-minute game or a 15-10 game, but you do need to get used to notating and playing the move and hitting the clock. Because you don't want to notate, play the move, forget to hit the clock, and then the opponent runs out your clock, and then you lose a game because you didn't hit the clock, and now you're like 5 minutes down, and it's too late. You need to get used to the process of notating the move, doing the move, hitting the clock. Or whatever way that you want to do it. You can do the move, notate, hit the clock, whatever way. How much is your elo, gentlemen? I am a 2300 on chess.com in all-time controls. Yo, H1, you see my question right above? No, I do not. There's a lot of people asking questions. Could you explain some variations of the London system opening? I just got here. That's going to be a little bit difficult to answer right off the bat. I always wanted to improve my opening. I just got here. Yes, sir. You got to create a database. Or you can just watch you can make it as simple as this. You can watch a beginning opening video on YouTube and then create your database on whatever platform, chess.com or whatever else. I know chess.com has a library, and I know other platforms have the exact same thing. It doesn't have to be chess.com. Anyway, notate it. Like, study the opening just like it's homework. Do what other people don't want to do. That's how you improve. H1, and that advice is mainly for people that is taking chess seriously and they want to improve, right? That's not like for the casual person that just want to play for fun. What's the best way to retain the information when reading chess books? You got to review. It's like anything else. Get flashcards. And there's some people that cannot name all the chess tactics right off the bat. There's only like a certain limit of it, but just like how you learn a new language, you got to read some unusual words and you got to do flashcards and you got to review. Repeat, repetition is always going to be your best friend. Read Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess. Loved it. Any other readings or books you recommend? I have these books sitting over here because these books have been my favorite over the years that I've been playing chess. These 3 books. You gotta, it doesn't have to be this variation of book, but you gotta get an endgame book. You gotta get one. It's mandatory. it's mandatory. What some of the openers you would recommend that aren't French or London? Okay, we can get to that, but an endgame book is mandatory. Chess principle book is mandatory. This book I feel like this book got me from like 1600 to 2000 alone. Crazy enough, right? So remembering these chess principles is really good. That's how I'm able to, during these chess lessons, I'm usually saying principles out of this book. And I remembered them by heart, because I used to read this book front and back every single day. Really good. And then, of course, Art of Attacking. You got to have this book if you want to become a cool attacker that can tear apart a castled king. You got to have this book. The book by Gotham Chess is also quite good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read that one. I seen that book at Barnes and Noble. I will get that book and then I'll give y'all a review on if it's good or not. I'm pretty sure it's good because it's Gotham Chess and he knows how to explain things in a simple manner. But yeah, I want to read that. Anything else that y'all had? Oh yeah, what did somebody say? What's some openings you would recommend that aren't the French or London? You could be a mature grown-up and play some E4, E5, D4, D5 openings. But if you don't want to play the French defense, you can play the Sicilian defense too. Most people get the misconception that the French, wait a minute, did I say the Sicilian defense? You could, instead of playing the French defense, you could play the Sicilian defense too. Most people have the misconception that is too theoretical for you to play naturally, but there are some variations that you can play in a Sicilian defense that isn't as heavy theoretical, and it's pretty natural too once you get the gist of it. And so I would always suggest that. How do you feel about Chessable? I feel that Chessable is like the most controversial thing ever that divides the chess world. Some people absolutely love it, while some people absolutely hate it. How do you feel about it? So it's a balance. If you're studying an opening and you know what opening you want to study, then I would get a Chessable course on it. And I think it's really good. I think it's pretty decent. It's just the way how you go about it. Because most people don't ever know that you're supposed to go about it like this. Find one opening that you want to play with the white pieces. And you just hone in on that opening in all the lines. So all you really need is one white opening, like buy one white opening, Chessable course white opening. That's all you need. And then you need a reply to either E4 or D4. So really, you need only 3 courses in total. If you buy 3 courses in total, you can be a really good chess player. Because the thing is, and the reason why I say only buy courses on E4 and D4 if you're looking at it from the black side is because most of the E4 and D4 openings transpose into like the Knight F3 openings, the B3, the G3 openings, etc. And those are the main ones. And if you know the main ones, then you can learn all the rest. That's how I would utilize Chessable. But like I said before, you could just create your own database too. It's just you're gonna have to put up the upfront work, and most people don't want to get down and dirty in the mud. I would say just create a database and just start analyzing all your losses and figuring out what you could do better and figuring out the different moves that can happen within certain variations. Like most people play chess so linear and not like you're supposed to play chess like tree branches, you know? With every move, it's probably 4 other good moves that you can play to trick the opponent with. And they probably don't even know it. Like, you're supposed to have fun doing that homework. And that, I feel like that is the most immersive thing that you can do to improving your chess. I really do feel like that. Is the London system good? Yes, that is a good beginner opening. All right, there's some people that got all the way to 1600 just by playing the London system. It has happened. Some chessable courses be mad expensive if you buy it. Yeah, that's what I wouldn't even say get the video. You don't need the video. Like that's what makes it 300 is the video. But if you just buy the PGN and you can read faster than the person talking. So why would you like I can get a person to make a video about the art of attack. And the video of this book could be more than 100 hours. Or I could read it all in a speedy fashion if you're a good reader, of course. And not watch 100-hour video. I know we're in like the watch a video era, but you don't have to you don't have to watch a video on everything. Of course, they might say some like other principle that you would need in the video, and that's why it's so expensive because you know they have that knowledge. But if you're just getting somebody that's just literally just talking about the position, you're definitely not getting your money's worth anymore. Bro, what comments are you reading? Show the books. I am streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, just to let y'all know. So those are the comments that I am reading. What is your rating, brother? It is 2300. Tiger Ray, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. That last time I played chess and I was working at a halfway house, one of the inmates washed me. Yeah, that's going to happen. I will show the books one more time so that people will know. These are my like primary books right now that I like looking at.
OOG_droll followed your channel.
Yeah, that is it. Like if you got money to spare, that is the most efficient way to do it. Just buy. All you really need is 3 really good courses.
Duda Seamus followed your
and
channel.
I don't think Chessable's that like that. I think buying 3 courses might be a little bit around 100 because I have like 6. So it might be a little bit around 100 if you buy it without the video. Hey bro, what is your FIDE rating? I don't have a FIDE rating, but my chess.com rating is around 2300. Yeah. I've been itching to play chess. I need to brush up on my skills. Let's go. Do it. Watch my 1000 video catalog to train and then go out there and play some chess. Like the best atmosphere I've ever played chess in was at like a bar environment, and I'm just playing really good players. We're playing a 3-minute chess until like past midnight. It's like the best time ever. Just, you know, drinking juice and doing what you got to do. Saw you on TikTok. Love your passion and teacher style, bro. Thank you, dude. Shamus. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the follow, too. Thank you for the follow. Any tips to being a chess YouTuber? Yeah, I got a lot of tips on that. I need to compile like a list of stuff that I've learned to of nowadays before like they get out of fashion. So I don't got any specific tips right now, but if you're trying to become a chess YouTuber, the best way to get an audience is by just doing some opening stuff first. Just doing some opening videos first, or gambits, traps, you name it. It's easier to, and then just for you to know, a future tip is easier for you to do a faceless.
Zolo25_MD followed your channel.
It's easier to do a faceless than like, it's easier to build on brands. It's easier to be a meme account than to build your own brand. So don't feel bad if you start trying to build your own brand and like people isn't jiving with it. The thing is, people don't know you yet. And you gotta let people get to know you. You gotta let people get to know you. And it takes a while. It takes a long time. That's why you see these like YouTubers have like 10-year-long careers, and then like the last 3 to 4 years is the most beneficial. That's when they start popping. How do you calculate properly in the middle game? Could you give me some fundamental? I need to write an ebook on that. An ebook on evaluating the position correctly and how to calculate properly will be coming very soon, and it will be free. Anyway, I will say this one time. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. I'm rated 2000 USCF. Would love to reach 2200. Any advice, dude? Opening that. Do you have an opening database yet? Every title player has it. You got to get one. You got to work on that yourself. Start with the games that you lose online and just build on it. Like build and find new moves. Look at the master database. Build your own. That's what these title players are doing. That's how they're getting these wins against these grandmasters, because that's the only way how you're going to go into a variation that they're not familiar with. If you're not doing that studying, how are you supposed to trip up a grandmaster? We need an H1 react to his old videos. Yeah, I do have those older videos in there. I was looking at those and I was thinking to myself, man, young H1 he had the exact same enthusiasm that I had today. Probably just the same enthusiasm, but a little bit more energy because I'm a little bit older now. But oh my goodness, if I unprivated all my videos on YouTube, y'all would be like, gosh, Lee, bro, look at young H1. Anyway. Oh, yeah. This is the last thing I wanted to talk about. How to calculate. Number 1, look at your opponent's forcing moves. Always acknowledge your opponent's threats. And by forcing moves, I mean checks, captures, and threats. Number 2, you gotta acknowledge your forcing moves. Once you figure out that their forcing moves is crap, then you go to step 2, which is going through your forcing moves. And through those forcing moves, you should be picking out candidate moves to calculate. And then number 3 is calculation. You gotta calculate. You gotta calculate your move and then your opponent's best move. And then number 4, blunder checking. And that's like the quick list on how to think properly in chess. A quick list. There's more into each section, but yeah, I actually go more in depth in the Patreon. That's the funny part. I have a video talking about calculated in the Patreon, and I think it's like a 30-minute video. So if you want something more in depth than that, be my guest, go there. 91, what's up? How you doing? It's still about to get me banned on TikTok again. H1, do you have a database? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yep. Chess.com. I have a library full of stuff. I'll show you. I guess I could take a picture of it and then put it up on Patreon, but yeah, I do. Hey buddy, I am new here. What's up, Mystic? How you doing? I will see y'all later. That's pretty much all the time that I have, and I'm about to head to sleep. All right. Bye, TikTok. I'm honestly shocked I still have his name. Bro, I know, right? Aren't you like 4 years older? Like, time passed as much as, like, aren't you like 18 now? You still have that username? This dude's so funny, bro. It's like, hey, bro, stay faithful. See you later, TikTok. All right, same thing with y'all. Same thing with y'all. YouTube, Twitch. We're not even actually. Do we need to raid somebody? Actually, we got raided, so we need to raid somebody. Need to raid somebody. Disappointed, no video game break as usual. I know, right? Hey, I wonder, like, sometimes I sacrifice my bishop at the start in order to stop the castle of my opponent. Is that a good move for me? Nope, it is never a good move for you to do that unless you have some type of strategy to take advantage of that king not being able to castle right afterwards. It's never good to do that. Once you stop doing that, you will start playing better chess. Like, material, sometimes in a position, material doesn't equal stopping your opponent from castling, especially when they can still manually castle. They can artificially castle still. Unless there's a checkmate or you gain more material afterwards, you shouldn't sacrifice that bishop. Yeah, but even so, even if you have a really good position, if you're not gaining some type of advantage after sacking your bishop to stop them from castling on the f7 or f2 pawn, you're going to be down a bishop for a pawn. Like, material is really important. And that's why you got to be, in chess, you got to be a little bit greedy. Got to be a little bit stubborn about your pieces, about your material. You shouldn't just give it away so willy-nilly. Unless you have an exact attack that you know is winning. All right, who are we rating? Great stream. Hope to catch another. Yep, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Yep, I'll be notifying Discord like always. I don't know who to. Okay, we got a couple people going strong. Joe Bruin going strong. Coley Chess. You know what? We haven't rated Joe Bruin in we haven't rated Gressel either. I don't know. I don't know who to rate. Okay, let's just rate him. H1, are you taking game suggestions? Oh, I'm not playing a game today. Sorry, I said that in the beginning that I will not be doing a video game break today. I meant for later. What is later? I'm heading out now. I'm heading out. I'm sorry. Another stream. Oh. Well, the suggestion either has to be like part of like the Nintendo thing, or like I'm not taking in suggestions because it's kind of hard. Maybe I'll just give y'all suggestions on Discord. We can go about it like that of games that I'm thinking about, because I have been thinking about going through Punch-Out 2 again. Well, going through Punch-Out 2, even though I have to beat Punch-Out 1. But Punch-Out was such a fun game to do. All right, see y'all later. Bye. Peace.